there we go. Hi, everybody. Hey, Jason. How are you doing today? Let's see here. We go. There's Jason. Hi, David. Great to see you. Here's Dean. And hey, David, and not able to chat. Coke. Oh, Coke. He can't chat. I wonder why that is. And Evan's here. Hey, everybody. How you doing today? I need some volume. There we go. I can hear myself now. We're doing a little blues. Doing a little blues today. We're talking about bar chords in blues progressions in the main podcast. We have a Q&A coming up next. There have been no questions, so it may be asking me, myself, and I questions. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And a lot of fun stuff is going on today. A lot of coaching applications are coming in, which is pretty cool. I'm going to be taking care of that. Dean, I did get your email, and we can either do that this week or next week. However you want to do it is fine. But I do want to get together and talk to you about other stuff too. So what's your weekend like? Are you around this weekend? Maybe we could get together this weekend and discuss it too. But great to see Evan as well. How's everybody doing with the Discord? I was able to get into Discord yesterday. Haven't been able to today. Got coaching done at a very, very late hour last night. And it was one of those things. My whole schedule's been backed up that I got done. It was really late for me even. And I was wide awake. And so I just cranked the Marshall up and I've been trying different IRs and all of those things and different pedals in front of the DSL 50. That's what I'm working on. And this is the one that's winning out, and it's just a boost pedal. It doesn't do anything other than boost the level, but it sounds fantastic with that. I was using some of the Pete Thorne IRs last night and the Friedman IRs, and then and a few of the other 2-notes ones. I'm going to buy a few of those. We'll be hearing all of them. I'm also looking. Let's see here. I'm also looking into some other the Strymon Iridium. I'm thinking about as well. It's something to have a pedal board. I really want to get rid of this Pod HD. It's actually got one good sound on it, so I'll hang with it for a while. Dean says yes, cool, great. So we'll set something up tomorrow. I'll or this evening. I'll send you an email, or I'll figure out my weekend schedule, and then we'll get it. David says I have no idea how to use Discord. It's not too difficult. Okay, so there's the hashtag, and I thought it was going to be difficult too. It's super easy. In fact, it's really quick. It's much faster than like a Facebook and all those kind of things. It's very, very fast. And so I do know that I can jump on there, and Evan and I and Chris will get into a conversation like that. There's different rooms. That's all it is. So there's the welcome room. That's what everybody comes in to. And then to open up those rooms to make sure that you have to answer a question. And then it opens up the rest of the rooms for you. Right now, the podcast section is really the only one that's being used. And we have general discussions. These are the things that say hashtags on the side. You click that and it opens up the room, and you just type in. It's fun. It's actually a lot of fun. Jason says it's good. Oh, the EP booster. Yeah. I have a real love for the exotic effects. I call it the Trinity over there of the RC booster, AC booster, and BB preamp. I get some really, really, really good tones from those and the different ways that you use them. And the EP booster goes in front of all of them, and it just makes it go crazy. And so I thought, gosh, it sounds so good into those pedals. Let me just try it into this Marshall, because I'm trying to get just some good Marshall tones. And it was great. It was great, especially into the Friedman and the Pete Thorne cabs. It was really, really, really cool. There's also some Steve Vai cabs in there that worked nice as well. We'll be trying all of these out. I'm figuring out which ones I'm going to buy. And But with the RC booster, and if you have an RC booster and a tube screamer, you can get Stevie Ray Vaughan tones like that, super easy. It's the RC booster, the drive, the actual, there's a little bit of distortion in it. That distortion is very similar to a Stevie Ray Vaughan distortion, but it's kind of raw, right? So I dial that in to be, well, what would his amp sound like cranked? I get that, and I'm running it through a Celestion style speaker, so it's not super brittle. And then when you put the tube screamer in front of it, you just go, that's it. There's that Stevie Ray Vaughan sound that my tube screamer in front of anything else doesn't get it, but in front of that RC booster, it does. I think I'm going to do a video about all the different tones that you can get from their stuff. Maybe they'll take notice of me if I do that. I don't know. Also thinking about some more Spark videos. If you have any ideas for Spark videos, let me know. Once everything calms down, I would love to do some stuff like that. Okay, so it's about about quarter of right now. At the top of the hour, we're going to be going into Q&A. I do want to talk a little bit about some of these voicings here. Since this is video, we can really take a look at these and how easy they are. So here's the voicing that you see typically from most blues players. That if you're not playing open stuff. So here I'm going to be on the A string. And you see that this is the E7 shape. Right? E7 shape. Now, if you were to play, you go to the 4 chord, which would be an A chord. That's the next chord in the blues. The closest 7th chord is this one. It sounds okay, but it's not really bluesy. This is where we would use a 9th chord, and I'll show you that in a second. But if the other chord in the blues was the 5 chord, so that would be some sort of E7 chord. Well, the E7 chord here, where you don't have to move your hands, is, and this is a very nice sounding chord for this application, right? This E7, the kind of the Born on the Bayou E7, C7 looking shape there, and back to 1. These are the shapes, this one gets substituted a lot, and we'll just do that next, and then this chord right here. So this A7 sounds great. You hear that kind of feel along with this. Well, that's kind of going up to the 13th. Here's a C13. If you add on that C9, I'm sorry, A13. Here's the A9. But we're going to try to go on this D7 chord. We're going to use something called 9th chord. This is the chord that you're going to see most of the time if you see a blues player playing. So if they're like, that's the sound you're going to hear. Also using this 9th chord for the 5 chord. That's in all of my years playing in blues clubs, that's the one that you see the most. 7th, 9th for the 4th, and 9th for the 5th. It's the one that people gravitate towards. It doesn't matter what style of blues. And Coke just popped in. Coke says, I was logged into the phone, couldn't chat because I was watching on Place. Oh, okay. I see how that worked. Before that, Jason said, just got to notice my Spark Mini got pushed back to June. Yeah, there's a lot of people having problems getting parts. That's right. Or July. Oh, this is even worse. And he said that C7 is a handy close shape. Yeah. The only thing you got to do is mute the outside 2 strings if you move it around. You see see that in there's a lot of standard Mustang Sally. You know, they use this shape, but it's a neat sound. That's that rub right there. But Coke said the ninth chord was the most difficult chord I've ever had to work on, and my favorite chord. And here, let's do a close up on that. The problem with students I've had who've had a problem with this chord, here I'll do it up here. Let me get this. Okay. What they try to do is they try to go first finger, second finger, third finger. So they'll put this finger here, then the second finger here, and then this, it starts not pressing down correctly. All right. The easy fix for that is to go reverse. So get your bar first, third finger, second finger across, right? Once you can get this, it's easy to just put that first finger down. So anytime I've had someone who has a problem with this one, it's lead with the third finger, not try to put them all down at the same time, or go 1, 2, 3. But what ends up happening, a lot of times people struggle with this bar, and it gets too far away from the frets. You want to do this right on the frets. So we do have the ninth. Jason says, I use the ninth chromatically down 2 frets. That kind of thing. Yeah, the chromatic shifting of chord shapes is very interesting. And it's something that people can grasp very quickly. You just take the chord shape and they can hear it. They can play it. Oh, that just kind of goes into the next chord. I hear how that works. And for something that's so easy to do for chords, when you take the same idea for scales, because they're the same thing, it's the same notes. When you try to do the same thing with scales, it just is so difficult for people. So if we have this, so if I did a Mixolydian scale over that chord, and we started doing some chromatic stuff, a half step down, right? Well, what if we did that with scales? So all I'm doing there is shifting the scale pattern the same way I would do the chord. So if you would go bop, 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 easy, right? At the same rhythm, shift the scale pattern over. And what's really neat about it is that if the rhythm players don't match you with that, it's okay. It's actually more interesting. So if the rhythm player's just playing the D chord, you can really play some cool outside sounds. It's the same exact thing as shifting chords. It's shifting scale patterns. It just isn't blocky, it's just a line. But that is a really good way of introducing intermediate guitar player into playing outside a little bit, doing some tension right there. It's the same thing. Jason said, yeah, I think that was for the, when I was doing the chords, and half steps. And Coke says, the difficulty I had was that there's half a nose hair's room between my fingers to clearly enunciate each note. If I don't hit it right each time, it's wrong each time. It's got to be very precise for me compared to every. I think with time, though, I kind of remember feeling that way too. Not, because it's cramped. It's definitely crowded in there, And with this third, it's easy to lose that. You can keep all the other notes because it's a bar and then, just this. But that note in between, it's easy to click that too. I think I remember that too. But usually with chords and chord shapes, we can only think of one thing at a time, right? And most of the times that I've helped people clean up their chord shapes is when I gave them one thing to think about that's different. So like the C major chord, you go, oh, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and that takes forever, and then everything's wrong. Well, what I say is, let's make the C chord shape above the guitar. Oh, there it is. And then put it all down at the same time. It always works. So just some different thinking. A lot of times our thinking gets in the way of how we're executing these things. Okay. So what time do we got here? It's 2:53. We'll be here for a minute or two. I don't need a whole big break before the Q&A. If you want to come help me out, think of a question real quick. Let's refresh the Q&A page. We haven't got any Q&As coming in yet. Nope. Nothing. Maybe once a week is too much for too frequent. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep it this way for a while. Maybe it's just get Academy members used to knowing that on Thursday at 3 o'clock is the Q&A. Maybe that's what it is. We'll see. Evan says, who's good to listen to pick up simple blues licks, like 101 stuff? Yeah, a lot of people go straight to Stevie Ray Vaughan, right? Or B.B. King. And that's not the best place to start. Especially Stevie Ray Vaughan, because he's an Albert King deep diver into those things. And there's a lot that goes into Stevie Ray Vaughan style stuff. I always thought Clapton was a good one to do. His kind of signature blues licks are very traditional. He studies the traditional stuff. The guy I played with, which Hubert Sumlin, is a good one too. Very traditional stuff. If you listen to the Muddy Waters and the Howlin' Wolves and pick up a few of those, and it's not tons of endless soloing in those things. It's signature. It's more for the song than it is for a big long solo. Let's see here. Albert Collins is not good to do because Albert Collins is he's in an open tuning. So that doesn't translate well. The Stones, there's some cool signature licks from them that are easy, that fit in blues really well. Let's see, who else? Kev Mo's not good for singing. I would say I would go for like Clapton. I go for Clapton, and there's the album that I would go to is the From the Cradle album. A lot of this kind of. I would do that. I'd listen to some Southern rock because a lot of the Southern rock stuff is blues. The easier blues licks just strung one along. Some of the live Allman Brothers stuff. There's some good blues licks in there from Stormy Monday. Let's see who else. There's some good ones. trying to think of some recent people to listen to too. Struggling with that. So, Buddy Guy is a good one to listen to as well. Coke says ZZ Top, my favorite. Definitely ZZ Top. If you see there's the before Dusty died, they did a little concert without an audience there, and they did Brown Sugar, and he did, and the flicks he was playing in the beginning of that are fantastic. So yeah, there's a few. Who's the guy that did let's see here. I was going to say in New Orleans, Tab Benoit is a great one. Tabbenoit. Yeah. He's got some. Something said, what happened to him? I don't know. Did something happen to him? I don't know. But Tab Benoit is a good one to listen to. I every time I listen to him play, especially his 3-piece, I get really good ideas too. So yeah, I would listen to Tab, to Clapton, to Buddy Guy, and ZZ Top. I would. Those are the ones that I would to pick up some easy blues. Like BB King does. He loved jazz music, and you can hear it in his playing. And he does a lot of that playing off of the major and minor stuff that throws people off sometimes. And it's not all just blues scale. He throws other things in there too. So it's not difficult stuff to play, but it's not like, entry level stuff. Yeah, I've got to head over there. So, okay, everybody, I'm going to end the broadcast and then head over to the Q&A. You want to help me out? Think of some questions so we have some sort of video. That'd be fun. Or, I'll just answer some. I'll just think of something. I don't know. All right. I'll see you over there in the academy. Bye-bye.